Alright, good morning everyone. So day 2 of qualifying for the mountain tournament. So I'm going to qualify today with this account for pro. So I'm going to do a video and show you guys all my shots. So I'm going to do the 2-bag setup. One bag's going to have quarterback and the other one's going to have Thor's hammer for the most part, I think. And I may need extra mile for 1 or 2 shots, but this is what I'll go with for the most part. So start off with hole number 1. I'm probably going to go quarterback. So for the pro division, I think -11 is a pretty good score. There's a couple extra shots out there that you can get. But hole number 5 is just going to be a very difficult eagle to get. So I'm going to aim kind of in the middle right here and then play my 6 rings, so 5 and 6. And then not too much curl, because I don't want to end up in the bunker right there. So really just going for accuracy right there. In the pro division, unless you have like a high level apocalypse or something, it's going to be pretty difficult to make the eagle, or to get close enough to consistently make the eagle. So really I'm just trying to make a birdie here. So the drive is all about positioning, keeping myself in the fairway, giving myself an easy iron shot to the green. So I think our opponent should still be alright there. I think he made it far enough that he can still reach the green. So I'm going to go 1 backspin, 1 left spin, see how that works. And then just kind of try to line it up where I think I'm going to aim like a little bit above the hole since it slopes left to right. And then I think 1 point, probably about mid club, so probably 1.8 per ring, so maybe just a little bit less than 4 rings. And see if that's any good or not. Looks like it's a little too far. But not a bad start though, so I'll kind of dial that adjustment in a little bit as we get closer to the weekend. Yeah, like I said, there's a decent chance at an eagle on this hole, but definitely not one that I'm absolutely expecting to get every single time. So our opponent's still able to reach the green, even with the hit in the rough on the tee shot, so not too big of a deal. Really, you just don't want to hit that bunker on the drive. That's your one no-no. So get the birdie there, and then move on to hole 2. Hole 2 is one of the 2 holes that we're really trying to make an eagle on. Hole 2 and hole 9, hopefully. And then if we can get anything else other than that, it's just a little bit of a bonus. Oh, wow. Yeeks. That wasn't good. Alright, so hole number 2. I'm gonna go with the same bag. I may have to overpower my second shot a little bit, just because my sniper, I think, is still only 166 yards. But since it has 100 accuracy, overpowering it a little bit's not too big of a deal. So, oh wow, straight sidewind. Wasn't expecting that. So I'm gonna go 3 top spin and full right spin. And that looks alright to me. And then I'm gonna go my 7 rings from there. And just a little bit of curl to kind of counteract the wind. So the goal here is to get pretty far down here without getting too close to the bunker. And then that'll leave us with a pretty easy second shot. Seems like they're almost tempting you to lay up in pro by giving you a side wind, whereas an expert you had a tailwind. Let's see if we can get over though. Nope. Yep, so that's the danger right there. So the pretty high likelihood that he will not make a birdie there, or an eagle there. So I'm gonna go 2 backspin and full side spin. Try to land somewhere like this. So if I want to land right there, yeah, so I'm gonna need just a little bit of power. Maybe a little too far to the right. Oh, or left. Okay. So that's not bad. The big thing is, should leave us with a pretty easy chip for the eagle. So that'll get us one of the 2 eagles that we want to get. And then from now, all we need to do is get hole number 9. So so what wedge do I have on? I have the down and 1. So looks like I'm about 20%. So 20% of 7.3 is like 1.5. So I just need about 1.5 rings away from the center of the cup. And as you can see, it's going to be pretty hard to miss because the rings are so small. So take the eagle there and move on to number 3. So unfortunately, our opponent made the birdie there, so definitely doesn't seem like it's a wise idea to try to go over on the tee shot. So hole number 3, I think sniper will be alright. So I'll plan to stick with that. I think the only way the sniper would bite us is if it's straight downwind. And of course it is. Max club, min club. So I'm gonna aim to land it short of the hole like that. And I'm at min club, so it's 1.3 per ring, so pretty much 5 rings. So I don't think that's going to be able to stop short of the hole, but sit. Yeah, so if you don't have at least a sniper 8, you'll need to bring a guardian to this hole with it being downwind like this. Seems like you will need to stick with a navigator though. Navigator or quasar or below. Otherwise you'll have to hit like a long iron if you use like a Titan ball or Kingmaker or whatever. So we get the birdie there. So 4 under through 3. So we're on a good pace so far. Hole 4. Yeah, so hole 4 is Vineyard Acres, par 4. And I think the play on that hole is going to be to lay up. I'm going to do it with the quarterback. And what it's going to give you is a straight shot to the green with a sniper. And I don't know the wind direction, but I could see it being like straight downwind potentially, so that'd make it pretty easy to potentially make the eagle. So we need the quarterback and sniper, and I'm assuming a Titan. If you have a sniper level 9 or above, you can probably stick with the navigator, since you'll have those extra 4 yards on your sniper. But if you have a level 8 or below, you will probably need a Titan ball. Okay, so yeah, you may need a Titan ball either way. I was kind of expecting this to be straight downwind, but it looks like it's actually gonna be a side wind for the second shot. So pro division, you definitely want to avoid the bunker or the rough on this shot, so that's why I'm going to go quarterback here. So I'm going to kind of try to lay up about right there. Play my 7 rings. And perfect ball or great ball should both be just fine. That's why we bring the quarterback, just because it's so accurate. So that should work just fine. Should leave us with a sniper shot to the green, but definitely not going to be an easy eagle like I was hoping for. I was hoping it'd be straight downwind on the second shot, which gives you a pretty easy shot. Looks like our opponent might actually be able to reach it. But he didn't adjust for the wind. But a good ball should help him. Bunker to bunker. So let's see if we can reach. Yeah. So kind of put the ball guide through the hole right there. And adjust my 5 rings. And then I'm going to do a little bit of curl as well. Oh, just a little more curl, looks like. Does seem like it is possible to make the eagle though, so just need to kind of tune it in a little bit. Seems like with the side wind, like Kingmaker would actually be a really good option here, just because you can get it'll give you a little bit more wind resistance, so you don't have to adjust as many rings, and you can also use a little more side spin, so both of those things will help you out just a little bit. So now we go to hole 5. So hole 5 is the par 5 that I'm not expecting to eagle, but there still is an opportunity to eagle it. So let's go big dog. I'm gonna go big dog. It'd be nice to go with the horizon, but I'm gonna stick with the big dog since it's a little bit more accurate of a club. And surely they're gonna give us downwind in pro, so that'll make things easier. Otherwise, you pretty much have no chance of making an eagle in pro. Come on. Well, looks like one of us disconnected, so probably have to go through this whole process again. Well, that's annoying. Alright, hole 5. And we do get downwind, which is good. So that'll make our second shot a little bit easier. I'm not going to make the third shot any easier, but in order to have a clear look at the pin, we're going to need that downwind on the second shot in pro. So since Big Dog is only level 5, I believe. So that's where we want to end up, right there. So let's try all 3 bars of top spin. So it's kind of hard to tell. So that's about 7 rings. And so that's probably about how far the wind would carry us. So I'm going to take off maybe 2 rings just to be safe. With the second shot being downwind, I'd rather lay up a little bit farther off the tee, lay a little bit farther back than to end up in the rough and not give myself a chance. Looks like that was about right though, so probably 2 to 3 rings with a quarterback 7. Probably need to take even a couple more rings off if you have a higher level quarterback. So second shot here, let's see. I'm gonna go straight top spin. And I don't know that we really need to overpower it much. I'm gonna use just a little bit of overpower and some curl. And really the goal here is just to get way down here and be in the fairway. So pretty good right there, and that'll leave us with a thorn shot to the pin. So at least giving ourselves a chance. So you can see we're pretty close to max club, which is 2 per ring. And I'm gonna play about 10% extra. It's a little bit uphill, but it's also a straight side wind, so I tend to play a little bit more for that. So perfect ball, that looks pretty close, so I'd say play about 10% extra wind on that. And you'll give yourself a pretty good chance. You also could go for the dunk there if you make it far enough. Definitely not a bad option. Especially if you bring like a kingmaker and really knock the wind down to like 3 or 4 or something. But we got our birdie there. Definitely would have liked to hit perfect ball and have the chance to make the eagle, but we're still on pace for our minus 11, so nothing wrong with that. So let's move on to hole number 6. So we'll need to put our sniper back in. And I imagine we can probably use a navigator. So sniper's going to be pretty useful here, just because it gives you the full ball guide and you can see exactly how much backspin you're needing. Whereas with like Guardian or Viper, you kind of have to guess at it a little bit. So let's see, max, min. We're going to be pretty close to min. So I'm going to play this probably 1.2 per ring or so. So probably 5.5 or so rings. So I'm going to set my ball guide up a little bit short and left. And I'll go ahead and play 6 full rings. Just because it's a little bit of a side wind. Ooh, that was not enough. So, maybe a little bit more downhill than I thought. So, looks like it's probably a little bit closer to 1 per ring than it is to 1.2 per ring. Okay, so we got our birdie there. And we'll move on to the last 3 holes. Hole number 7 is going to be par 4. And in pro, I'm going to lay up. Expert and Masters, I'm going to go for the green, but definitely going to lay up in pro and just take my birdie. If you have a level, what is it? If you probably have like a level 3 or more Apocalypse, definitely an opportunity here to go for the green if you want to. But that's not how I'm going to be playing it. I'm going to try to play it down here to the end of the fairway. Actually looks pretty good with no spin. So 5 rings and a little bit of curl. And see if we can't get the ball to stop on the upslope. there towards the end of the fairway. That's way too short. Way too short. So if you get way up there near that bunker, you can try to use a full backspin shot with your thorn. But I did not make it far enough. So we'll just set up here to get our birdie. No problem there. And move on to hole number 8. Hole number 8, if you have a sniper, is going to definitely be a decent chance to make a hole-in-one. So we'll see what sort of wind we get for that one. Definitely be nice to get a -12, but like I said, -11 would be pretty solid as well. I think the best score in my bracket so far is -9, so certainly nothing wrong with the -11. Okay, so we do have a sniper. So I'm going to need to use a Titan here, just because I have a sniper 7. And I'm going to set up about 2 rings from the edge of the fairway. And set up the ball guide to go through the hole like that. And then I'm going to play about 10% extra on my rings. So 6.5, 6.6, somewhere in there. And looks like we just need a little more, so maybe 20% extra instead of 10%, so maybe 7.2 rings instead of 6.6. Ooh, okay. Made it over, so we should be fine. And that'll leave us with just 1 hole to play. So I think I've used quarterback on every hole so far. I will switch to maybe not. Maybe I'll stick with the quarterback. my extra mile doesn't have a ton more distance, so probably stick with the quarterback on hole 9 and make sure and grab my big dog. So 1 hole left. See if we can't execute 2 good shots. So big dog, quarterback, Titan ball. Okay. So let's see if we can't find a way to make an eagle on this hole. I'm assuming we're going to have to overpower it, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. So that's a good wind. So let's try. Let's try this. So I'm going to aim about 10 rings from the edge of the fairway. Because it's downhill, so the wind's going to affect it a lot more. Full curl, full overpower, no topspin. And that's pretty darn good. So it looks like if you have a higher level quarterback, maybe 1 bar backspin, but other than that, it looks like you can use quarterback on every single hole in this tournament, which is nice. Okay, so second shot, I'm going to go straight left side spin. And 5.9, that's going to be about 2.5 rings. So it looks like we may need 1 bar of topspin. So if we look up 2.5 rings again, that should be just about right. So a little bit of curl. And hopefully that plays out the way that it looked like it would. Yep, not too bad. So, we got our 11 under, which is going to give us a decent tiebreaker going into the qualifying round. So, hopefully we can get minus 23, minus 22 at worst. Hopefully we can repeat this every time. But I'm definitely thinking a minus 24 could definitely win in pro. Maybe even a minus 23. So, just need to figure out how to get 1 or 2 strokes extra. And put it in there. And finish off our round. Okay. So there's our scorecard. We got the 2 holes that we wanted to get. We got the -11. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. As you can see, it doesn't look like anyone else is even going to make it to -10. So, definitely not a bad round at all. So, definitely going to see if I can rinse and repeat that a couple more times in the opening round and maybe get another 1 or 2 on the weekend. So, hopefully you guys find this helpful. Hopefully you guys can shoot the same scores as well, because 22 or 23 definitely could give you a shot at a banner, I think. So, hope this helps, and good luck with your rounds, guys.